Hi, I'm Michael, and I will be talking about in-memory databases. Before I start, though, have some time to enjoy some memes relating to this topic. So, after looking at those memes and the agenda, you are probably dying to hear what an in-memory database is. Well, today's your lucky day because I'm going to tell you. TechTarget.com defines an in-memory database as a database whose data is stored in main memory to facilitate faster response times. With an in-memory database or an IMDB, the source data is loaded into system memory in a compressed, non-relational format. IMDBs are able to streamline the work involved in processing queries. IMDBs are considered analytic databases. This means that one is a read-only system that will store historical data on metrics for business intelligence and business analytics applications. These are typically stored as data warehouses or a data mart. The user is then allowed to run a query and a report on the information contained. This information is then regularly uploaded to incorporate recent transaction data from an organization's operational systems. Finally, an IMDB eliminates the need for data indexing and storing pre-aggregated data in OLAP cubes and aggregate tables. An example of an in-memory database is the SAP HANA. The SAP HANA is SAP's highest profile product. With this product, data analysts are able to query large volumes of data in an efficient manner. The infrastructure of the HANA frees analysts from having to load or write back data. The columnar-based data store of HANA is ACID compliant. In this case, ACID is an acronym for atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. These are the four primary attributes ensured to a transaction by a transaction manager. In addition, HANA's store supports industry standards like structured query language and multidimensional expressions. SAP HANA also comes with a programming component. This component will enable a company's IT department to create and run customized application programs over top of SAP HANA and predictive spatial and text analytics libraries across multiple data sources. Analysts are able to access real-time operational and transactional data for real-time analytics processing without waiting for a daily or weekly report due to SAP HANA's ability to run in parallel to a source SAP ERP application. SAP HANA has two main deployment options. They are SAP HEC and SAP Cloud Platform. HEC, an infrastructure as a service, allows customers to run HANA in a private managed cloud data center. Cloud Platform, on the other hand, allows customers to develop and run HANA-based applications. One of the biggest advantages of SAP HANA is the availability of big data for real-time analytics. SAP Vora was released in 2015 and SAP Leonardo was released in 2016. Both of these have helped to facilitate real-time analytics. As you can imagine, there are several advantages to using an in-memory database. The first big advantage of an IMDB is speed. If you try to query a large data set on a slow-spinning traditional hard drive, you will have to go through a time-consuming process. Luckily, with an IMDB, you can speed up this process as it will only take a fraction of the time that it would have had you used a traditional hard drive. This process is facilitated by DRAM, which is an acronym for Dynamic Random Access Memory. DRAM eliminates several aspects that cause a traditional hard drive to move at a slower pace. Some of these aspects are the way the hard drive is designed and its synchronization. According to Ewan Sutherland, COO of Kingfisher, An in-memory database can sort through billions of records in 4 to 5 seconds, while it would have taken 2 weeks to a month to do the same with a traditional hard drive. The second big advantage of an IMDb is real-time decision-making. An IMDb can give the decision makers the best information available when they are making decisions or speaking to a customer, supplier, or management in their company. With this information, the decision maker is able to paint an accurate picture of the situation. Before, a decision maker would just have to decide something based on outdated information. An IMDb is especially advantageous for anyone who uses tools such as customer relationship management solutions and things that are similar to that, because you are able to access the necessary data more efficiently. The third advantage of an IMDb is the reduced burden on the company's IT resources. Considering how much information a large data set can hold, data farms can be enormous. With an IMDb, the cost of storage is not that expensive. In addition, databases are designed to have less redundancy in data tables. Also, the data gets compressed so it will fit into the system's memory rather than its storage. Because of this, there is not as much need to buy servers that have large hard drives. This allows a company to save its resources and expend them on other areas of business. These are some of the advantages of an in-memory database, and they definitely come in handy when working with large amounts of data. In addition to these advantages, there are also some drawbacks of an IMDb. One of them is that an IMDb can be overkill. There are many projects that are not large enough to justify the use of one. For a small project, an IMDb would just not be cost effective. It would be better to just use a traditional hard drive in cases like that. Interestingly enough, this information came from the SAP website, which is surprising because you would think that the creator of HANA would not want to steer customers in the other direction. There is also such thing as a hybrid database that combines elements of the on-disk database and the in-memory database. A hybrid database is used to provide caching for a nominate set of tables. The tables are cached from the disk database. Next, the application connects to the IMDb, but all the non-memory requests are just passed through to the on-disk database. Because of this process, cached tables can be accessed in a quick and efficient manner, while the highly transactional tables can be passed through and avoid the limitations of the in-memory database. However, there is a problem with the hybrid model. The tables that are most suitable for caching are not typically the ones contributing to the majority of the performance overhead. The ones that do that are usually large and are highly transactional. In addition, they do not lend themselves to an in-memory model because of their volatility and strict persistence requirements. Also, queries that are issued against the database usually involve both sets of tables. This means that the overhead still occurs on the on-disk database. Lastly, database sizes are growing just as fast, if not faster, than RAM sizes. This means that it is unlikely that there will ever be a time where RAM sizes will be efficient to cache all mainstream databases anytime soon. In conclusion, an in-memory database is a database whose data is stored in main memory to facilitate faster response times. An example of an IMDb is SAP HANA, which is SAP's top product on the market right now. IMDbs come with several advantages and some disadvantages. It is up to an organization to decide whether or not an IMDb is something that they should invest in. Thank you for watching this presentation.